Hello, welcome back, maybe. I don't know. Um, I got the idea that I wanted to do a little journal entry here. Um, there was so I've been in grad school for about a month now. It's interesting. There's a lot of reading, a lot of notes. I am doing my best to keep up with it. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead because I know there are going to be days where it's just bad. Because I've already there's some days where it's just like am gonna lie on the floor for a little while and not do anything. So I'm trying to account for that as much as I can. The routine has been pretty normal. Otherwise, um, I'm I'm changed a couple days around with when I'm working out, but at least stuff's consistent. I think this light's too much. There, that's fine. I normally do these later in the day, but I figured I'd have some extra time this morning, so I might as well do this. Because I have a paper that's due next week, and I've gotten a little bit of work done on it, but I think I'm in an okay spot. So I'm still doing personal training. I've got a few clients today and a few on Monday. So Monday, Friday is the new schedule with classes Wednesday, Thursday, once a month class on Tuesday also. It's been interesting taking the train again. The metro it's convenient. It's nice that I can get stuff done on the train a lot of the time because it's at least a good uninterrupted guaranteed study time that I'm trying to take advantage of and use that to whatever advantage I can, because I know most people so my program group, there's 14 of us. I'm the only person that's living out in the suburbs. Everyone else is in the city somewhere. It is definitely an advantage sometimes because on the train I can just sit there and relax. I can work on stuff. Most people, if they have transfers or taking the bus or the loop or something, it's a little, you have to pay more attention to it at least. So that's something, but also I'm the only one who lives in the suburbs, so if people want to do something and hang out, it's a little extra work to get down to the city for something, which is a thing. I'm not sure how I feel about it because the nice thing is we've done a couple happy hours. So after class, when everyone's still there, we can just walk somewhere and people get drinks. I haven't gotten any drinks. I can drink, but with the tattoos, one of the rules is not becoming intoxicated. So I can drink, but I just can't do too much. But also I I don't like paying money for stuff. I don't like spending money on myself. So I just don't need a drink if I have a water bottle with me. It's more to force myself to get out and be social with people. But it's been good. It's been interesting trying to be more open with who I am, because there are a lot of things that I don't normally tell people or that take time before I can really talk about, and most of the time I don't spend that much time with people to get to that point. So it's been interesting, and everyone's been very nice and accepting with things, so I have to be very grateful for that. But it's also I have to pace myself when it comes to sharing stuff and just kind of like emotions in general. It's sometimes a lot. Um, it's like anything. It's like going to the gym after not doing it for 6 months. It's like I'm very much not used to it, and I'm gonna feel a certain type of way after, you know. So it's just trying to get back in the habit and pacing myself. I did talk a little bit about like doing adult content. There's one other person in our group that actually does the same thing, although his like does it much more intensely than I do, much more successful, and good for him. But it's good to have like to be able to talk about that with somebody else who like understands it a little bit, but also just like to know that it's not that big of a deal to some people. Like for a lot of people, it's a huge like in the suburbs. It's much more conservative than it is in the city. And even in the city, like this area, the Midwest, it's a whole it's a whole thing. Um, so just trying to manage that. Um, One thing that came up too was it's a close friend of mine that I grew up with. He lives in North Carolina, and excuse me. So I haven't seen him in a couple of years. He got married last year, and they did a courthouse wedding. So it wasn't like a ceremony or anything. He did say that he was planning on doing a ceremony at some point, um, like whenever he was in town, but he just hasn't been back. It was a surprise visit this weekend. Last weekend. Um, he visited, and he came over and said hi. I got to meet his wife, which was nice, but it was like it was a little heavy because like they bought a house in North Carolina, so part of something that comes along with that is I'm probably not going to see him again for a little while. He was talking about moving back into this area, but plans change, things happen, and that's fine. Like as long as they're happy and everything, but it is like it's a little disappointing knowing that like we're probably not going to spend time together in the future. And then another part of it was that he was in town for a friend's wedding, somebody that I went to high school with. He went to a different high school, so I mean, it was the same friend group, but somebody that I went to high school with was getting married. And this is the third wedding out of the same friend group that I found out about from him. Like he was invited and I wasn't. Um, so I'm 1 for 4 on our high school friend group's weddings and getting invited to them, which is not great. But also like the couple that I did get invited to their wedding, they have kind of distanced themselves, and I haven't heard from them since like 2023. Um, so it's just like things kind of weigh on you, and it's finding ways to manage that. But I mean, I'm doing my best to like get out and make new connections as much as I can. Like it's not much, but even like hanging out with people from school is a big change for me. Um, it's I'm not great at like doing social stuff. Like I already was kind of feeling like I have a crush on somebody in our grad school group, and I will say it was like somebody yesterday at happy hour asked like, "Oh, is anyone dating or like seeing somebody?" And this person that I have a crush on was like, yeah, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a relief, honestly, because like I know I'm a mess. So knowing there's not something there that can happen is kind of a relief. Um, so it's like now I don't have to think about it because it's not a possibility or anything. So that was good. As strange as that is to say, that was nice. But yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of stuff coming up. There's an internship that we have to do this year before the like practicum stuff next year. I don't know what it's going to be like. I am just kind of waiting to see because everyone says it's awful, but you know, it's just another one of those things where you just check the boxes and move on. So, I mean, if people are trying to do like some petition or something to not do it, like I'll 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 be part of it, but I'm not putting that much effort into trying to get around this thing. Like I know it's going to be awful, but at the same time it's probably more effort to fight the system than to just deal with it for right now. I mean, it's volunteering, so it is what it is. Because I know I'm someone who is very lazy and far from the city, so this would be a better opportunity for me to do volunteering because I don't think that's something I'm going to end up getting around to doing if I'm not like obligated to from the school. So yeah, I don't know. It's I'm trying to write in my reflection paper about things, and it's been interesting to try and look at how I think about the whole experience so far, and it's fine, but it's also just starting. So there's not a whole lot I have to say yet. Um, I've been trying to do like I send out a song every week just because I do feel like I have a lot of different genres of music and everything to just try and give people a different vibe or whatever, but also like I and this was something I put in my paper that I haven't turned in yet, but it's in there. Um, is I do recognize that like I am coming from a point of privilege. I'm one of only two men in our group, and also I am one of the oldest in our group. So I feel like I especially have a responsibility to kind of um, create a more like welcoming and emotionally intimate um, setting for people, because I feel like if I am not like very forthcoming in that effort, I could definitely see that like my inclusion as a white man um, would make people more hesitant to share their like authentic selves and to be like vulnerable in this group. So I've been doing my best for that, and I'm hoping that it helps because I also like I have been really needing that like emotionally open space. So as much as I can create that for my own benefit, I'm doing what I can. Um, yeah, I don't have a lot to say, but that's the updates. I'm gonna end this one. See ya.